Good morning, everyone. And some of you, Happy New Year. I said some of you because I saw some of you at the New Year's service. But welcome to today's service. This is first Sunday service for the year 2018. And do you happen to know how many Sundays we have in 1 year? Wow. It's about 52 or 53. That means we have 51 or 52 more times to listen to my talk and enjoy the dharma with you together. And today, I'd like to begin with sharing a story with you. And do you know the story called The Spider's Thread? And there was a man named Kandata. When he died, he was born into the realm of hell because he was really a bad person. But he did one good thing while he was alive. That was to save a spider's life. So, Shakyamuni Buddha let spider's thread fall, and Kandata started to climb up the spider's web. Spider's thread. And he was thinking he's able to escape from hell if he climb up all the way. And while climbing up the spider thread, Kandata looked down and realized other people are also climbing up the spider thread. And Kandata thought the spider thread might turn off if there are so many people climbing up the thread. So he shouted to the other people, "No, this thread is mine. Get off my thread." And he started to kick them, punch them. Then the spider's thread had torn off, and Kandata never had a chance to escape from hell. So this is a story called A Spider's Thread, a famous story written by Akutagawa Ryunosuke, a Japanese writer. But original story was written by American scholar, I think. I forgot his name. But this is a story from United States and went to Japan. But anyway, this is a story, and what do you think? What this story is trying to teach us? Any idea? One thing I can think of, probably importance of sharing, right? Importance of sharing. Importance of being kind to the other and not being self-centered. And also, wish for the other's happiness. That is a part of the mind of compassion, right? So, don't be like Kandata, but be kind and gentle to all living things, okay? So this is children's talk. So let's close children's message with Gassho and Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda. And now I'd like to share the Wasan poem written by Shinran Shongin, our founder. And this is on Collected Works of Shinran, page 365. And please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together again. The mind that aspires to attain Buddhahood is a mind to save all sentient beings. The mind to save all sentient beings is true and real, Shinjin, which is Amida's benefiting of others. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. So there are 3 books of Wasan poems written and compiled by Shinran Shongin. And the word Wasan is translated as hymn in Collected Works of Shinran. And if it makes sense to you by using hymn, I think I have I don't mind using the word hymn. But Reverend Bob Oshita, who was my mentor when I started ministry in the United States, he told me that hymn, H-Y-M-N-S, contains Christian meaning to the word. So to avoid misunderstanding, it is better not to use the word hymn. So since then, I am just calling these poems written by Shinran Shonin Wasan poems. And Wasan's wa, W-A, means Japanese. And san, S-A-N, means praising. So Wasan means praising in Japanese. Now it is translated into English and it is on collected works of Shinran. So I might have to call it praising in English. Or it could be A-san in Japanese. A means English. But some Japanese words like mottainai, sushi, udon, wasabi is now used in English-speaking countries too. So I think I just stick with using the word wasan for the poems which Shinran Shonin wrote. Okay? And Shinran Shonin, I told you many times, so now you remember which one is Shinran Shonin. Right scroll, not scroll, right. Second from right. That is Shinran Shonin. And he wrote about 500 wasan poems. And 350 wasan are compiled into these 3 books. The first one contains wasan poems specifically praising the teaching of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, based on the 3 Pure Land Sutras and the other sutras. Second one contains wasan poems specifically praising the 7 Pure Land Masters for sharing the teaching of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. Third one contains wasan poems specifically praising the teaching of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, which is the only teaching we are able to attain Buddhahood in this time of the last Dharma age. And first one and second one is compiled around when Shinran Shonin was about 75 or 76 years old. And the third one was compiled around when he was about 85 or 86 years old. And when he was around my age, late 30s, he was trying to prove how his master Honen Shonin's teaching is right teaching. So most of the writings of Shinran Shonin at his young age is more academic type of writing. And it requires a lot of understanding or knowledge to fully understand his writing. But wasan poems are written in the language of ordinary people. And this wasan is written in the style called imayo, which is old way of Japanese singing, like haiku. You know haiku. It consists of 5, 7, and 5 syllables. But imayo is 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, and 5 syllables. So if you have a chance and to look at wasan poems, like page 50 of this purple book, you can see kind of 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5 syllables type of the poems. And this is called imayo. And imayo means contemporary. So it was like using hip-hop or something to reach out to the people of the time. So I could say Shinran Shonin was cool man for the people of his time. And of course, it still contains technical terms, and I'm not sure in what occasions he wrote these Wasan poems and read it. But I'm sure that he has so much passion to share the teaching with ordinary people. And I assume that he was giving Dharma messages, reading Wasan poems at first, and explain about it. So today, I shared Wasan poems on Bodhisattva Vasubandhu, one of the 7 Pure Land masters of our tradition. And Vasubandhu is from India, and he wrote one of the most important texts in our tradition called Treatise in the Pure Land. Treatise in the Pure Land. And later in China, another 7 masters named Tan Lan wrote the commentary on the Treatise on the Pure Land. Treatise in the Pure Land. And this commentary gave a lot of influence to Shinran Shongin's philosophy. And actually the name Shinran came from a Chinese character for Vasubandhu and Tan Lan. He used one characters from Bodhisattva Vasubandhu and Tan Lan and created the name Shinran. And Shinran Shongin changed his names about 3 times. But all of the names after he became the disciple of Honen Shongin contains characters from the 7 Pure Land masters. Can you see? Okay. And anyway, the Wasan poem said, the mind that aspires to attain Buddhahood is a mind to save all sentient beings. The mind that aspires to attain Buddhahood is a mind to save all sentient beings. And here is another translation issue. The word which translated as save in here is actually this character. And this character means to carry across. Carry across. So, Amida Buddha's working carries us across from the world of delusion to the realm of enlightenment. This is expressed as save in these Wasan poems. And now the technologies equipped in the cars are really improving, and it amazes me sometimes. The other days after the meeting in Berkeley, California, Bishop Umezu drove me to the airport. And it's interesting, in Japan, bishop is bishop. So we have to say, oh, bishop. But here we say like, oh, Bishop Umezu, it's like a friend type of relationship. And I don't think in Japan, if I make bishop drive to the airport, I get scolded. But the Bishop Umezu's car is equipped with the lights on side mirrors and beep sound to let us know when the cars or something is in our blind spot. So I thought this is really helpful, especially when raining or foggy days. These lights and sounds are equipped to lead us to the destination safely. And this was the wish of the engineers who invented this equipment. If our eyes are 100% reliable, the engineers did not need to invent this equipment. But our eyes are not 100% reliable. So the engineers invented this equipment. So as same as this, Amida Buddha's primal vow, Amida Buddha's wish became Namo Amida Butsu, to carry us across from the world of delusion to the realm of enlightenment safely. And Shinran Shōgin said in the preface of his masterwork, Kyōgyō Shinshu, this is on collected works of Shinran, page 3. The universal vow, or the primal vow, which is difficult to fathom, is indeed a great vessel, bearing us across the ocean difficult to cross. The universal vow, the primal vow, which is difficult to fathom, F-A-T-H-O-M, is indeed a great vessel, V-E-S-S-E-L, bearing us across the ocean difficult to cross. And the ocean difficult to cross is this world of delusion. It is difficult to cross because we have blind passions. Our blind passions, such as the 3 poisons, do you remember 3 poisons? Greed, anger, stupidity, or ignorance, is like blind spot of our mind. We don't usually realize how it becomes the causes of trouble. But Namo Amida Butsu teaches us the risk of being self-centered. So it is like the lights or the beep sound equipped in the car. So Shin Buddhism is not the teaching to teach us that we should change in order to be saved, but the teaching to realize our true selves. That is the teaching of Shin Buddhism. And we cannot change ourselves easily. We have chanted Vandana and Tisarana for many, many times, but we still have little gap when I chant and you respond. And I think I told that Ekoku we chant, Gangi Shikudoku, Byodo Se Issai, Dohotsu Bodai-shin, Ojo U A Ra Ko. But we are used to Ojo O A. And I think if I teach many times, then we get used to it, but it takes time, and we cannot change ourselves instantly. Right? So it's hard to change ourselves, and we all have blind passions. But when we encounter the working of Namo Amida Butsu, these blind passions becomes the chances of learning, chances of adjusting our way of conduct. And Shinran Shōgin wrote in the other Wasan poems, this is on collected works of Shinran, page 371. Obstructions of karmic evil turn into virtues. It is like the relation of ice and water. The more the ice, the more the water. The more the obstructions, the more the virtues. So this Wasan form does not mean we should be a bad person like Kandata. If the one has no mind of self-reflection, ice stays as ice. And if ice and ice crashes, what happens? It breaks. However, water holds ice into it. The water holds ice into it. And eventually, the ice becomes a part of water. And the water is the wisdom of Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Amida Buddha. Ice is ourselves, but eventually we become a part of water. Right? And when we encounter the working which let us know the risk of being self-centered, we begin to think that, I should not say or think in this way, or I should not do this way. So the blind passions becomes the chances of learning and chances of adjusting our conducts. So, as I shared at the New Year's Day service, I hope this year will be the year of self-reflection with Nembutsu to all of you. Okay, so thank you all for coming today. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. ナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏何万打仏。